Not even a week into the new school year, an ongoing bus driver shortage has some Albuquerque parents worried about how to get their kids to school. The president of the Albuquerque Federation of Classified Professionals says not only are they paid better elsewhere, but they face fewer problems.
Today, Albuquerque City Councilors will be discussing proposed legislation to address the city's homeless crisis. The city's Safe Outdoor Space Ordinance passed in June, which could designate certain areas for homeless encampments. Several applications have been sent in, including one that was approved on Manal. Councilor Brooke Bassan says after hearing from the public, she's calling for a vote on a moratorium to that ordinance, which could put a stop to future applications.
One woman has been charged in a shooting that left one dead and two others injured. Albuquerque police were sent out just before 11 on Saturday night to Central and Dorado, that's near Tramway. Well, their officers found three people who had been shot. Two women were taken to the hospital, but a man died on scene. 28-year-old Angelica Aguilar is now being charged with that murder. Erica.
And here's a look at our school day forecast. Temperatures this morning starting in the upper 60s, a comfortable morning out there, but it's going to be hot this afternoon. Temps will be back in the upper 90s, will be mostly dry.
Deputies are searching for a man facing multiple charges after a traffic stop went wrong and he skipped out on court. In July, a Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputy was trying to stop a car for a broken headlight. The car kept driving. Eventually, the driver, which deputies say was Julio Martinez, pulled over. Immediately when asked, Martinez refused to get into the deputy's car. After a struggle, deputies were able to arrest him. Again, he missed court. Now he has a warrant out for his arrest.
State Democratic leaders are responding this morning after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis visited Carlsbad, campaigning for New Mexico's Republican gubernatorial candidate, Mark Ronchetti. DeSantis spoke on issues including New Mexico's response to COVID-19, border security, and energy independence. The New Mexico Democratic Party of New Mexico called the visit bad for the state.
In the meantime, the trial for Otero County Commissioner and Cowboys for Trump founder Coy Griffin begins today. The group of New Mexicans behind the lawsuit says that he should be removed from office because of his participation in the January 6th riot at the Capitol. If the judge sides in their favor, Griffin will lose his seat and will be barred from ever running for office again.
Nearly 1 million people in Michigan are under a boil water advisory this morning following a water main break. That water main is located at the Great Lakes Water Authority's Lake Huron facility. That broke on Saturday. Now, people in 23 communities have been placed under precautionary boil water advisories. The main is the state's largest in the region. Erica.
Here's a look at the threat index. For today, it is going to be moderate. We'll see scattered storms in northern and western New Mexico. A chance for some burn scar flooding up in the north.
The show comes to an end. Better Call Saul fans have a chance to take home a piece of its history. Prop Store, along with Sony Pictures Television, announced an auction which will feature props from the show's 6 seasons. Portions of the profits will go to the Assistance League of Albuquerque and ABQ Mutual Aid.
The family of a murdered Fort Hood soldier now has the opportunity to sue. A court found that an old law preventing service members from seeking damages does not apply to sexual assault allegations. This comes 2 years after Vanessa Guillen was murdered at Fort Hood. The Guillen family has now filed their lawsuit in federal court on Friday.
This morning, federal law enforcement officials are facing an onslaught of threats after searching the Florida estate of former President Donald Trump. A joint intelligence bulletin sent to law enforcement across the country warned of, quote, general civil war and armed rebellion.
A shooting near the Western Wall in Jerusalem wounded at least 8 people on Sunday, including 5 American citizens. That shooting took place outside the oldest church in the city. The U.S. State Department condemned what it called a terrorist attack. Israel's prime minister said that the shooter turned himself in on Sunday and that he acted alone. Erica.
All right, let's get a look at traffic. The maps are looking clear this morning, no accidents or slowdowns. And here's a look over at the Big I. It does look like things are starting to get a little bit slow there going east towards the Big I on I-40.
And finally, for your rush, a young baseball fan is going viral this morning for a bit of a mishap at the ballpark. During yesterday's White Sox game, this kid was enjoying a nice ballpark frank. Just when he decided to look away, the hot dog fell right out of the bun. He knew immediately what happened. Give the old facepalm and disappointment look.
Time now for the 5 facts.
We start with number 5 here. Albuquerque craft enthusiasts are helping raise money for 2 charities. The Tart 2022 craft sale and yard sale took over Sidewinder's Bar and Grill. It featured tons of handmade and second-hand goods. The proceeds of the Albuquerque Roadrunner Tournament raised money for 2 charities this year. If you missed this weekend's event, they're doing another next Saturday. They'll be posting information on their Facebook page.
At number 4 this morning, an Albuquerque woman continues searching for her lost dog but needs your help to find him. She's currently in the Army and was training at Fort Bragg. While she was gone, her parents were watching Tommy Pickles, and after letting him out in the yard, he disappeared. However, she says there's been a possible sighting of him, including with a woman seen holding him at a soccer game. She's hoping that if someone sees the story and recognizes him, that they will call the Watermelon Mountain Ranch or any nearby animal shelter.
And at number 3, it is going to be another pretty dry day across the Rio Grande Valley. We'll see storms in northern and western New Mexico, and there is a chance for some flooding in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains.
At number 2, not even a week into the new school year, an ongoing bus driver shortage has some Albuquerque parents worried about how to get their kids to school. Many are questioning why these jobs are so hard to fill. Kathy Chavez, the president of the Albuquerque Federation of Classified Professionals, says not only are they paid better elsewhere, but they face fewer problems. For example, they don't have to worry about student behavior or disciplinary issues. She says enforcing the rules is not always easy. Right now, the district is missing about 40 drivers. That means routes are being consolidated, some stops are being axed, and for a lot of students, that also means a farther walk to the bus stop.
Finally, number 1 for you this morning. Later on today, Albuquerque City Councilors will be discussing proposed legislation to address the most controversial topic in the metro right now, that is the city's homeless crisis. Last week, one safe outdoor space was approved on Manal. Tonight, the council is expected to vote on a moratorium to the outdoor safe space ordinance proposed by Councilor Brooke Bassan, which would put a stop to any current and future applications if it's passed. Bassan says the homeless camps aren't a good first step to handle not only the homeless crisis, but to protect property owners and residents. The mayor can still veto the moratorium.